People often ask the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sonia, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now. Welcome to the American Dream.
The American Dream.
You're watching The American Dream.
The American Dream.
Showing you the real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
Let's get this party started right now.
Let's go do this.
It is heating up once again.
We're the Davids going up against the Goliath. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
The staple of the neighborhood. Can't wait to present it to you.
It's all about lifestyle.
In your community.
That's what this show, The American Dream, is all about. Cheers to your American Dream.
We're in Lexington, Kentucky, which is celebrating 250 years. Now today, we're gonna sample a little bit of that history, one step and one bite along the way with Bites of the Bluegrass. My name is Ivy Barksdale, and I'm your host for American Dream TV. We will uncover some of the stories and flavors that make Lexington such a special place to live. Come on. How are things going with 250 Lex?
Oh, it is really exciting this year. Of course, we've had a full year of planning. We've fundraised and planned the events using our commission, which is about 22 people, and then Kip and myself as the co-chairs.
Okay.
But starting 2025 in January, as you know, we kicked off the 250-year celebration with the New Year's Eve celebration.
Yeah, that was fun.
So that is so much fun to just kick that whole thing off and just think about what the whole year might look like. Of course, we're going to have lots of music. We're planning our first Lexington Jazz Fest, and we will have a sacred music festival for the first time.
Okay.
So it's exciting. There are lots of things planned.
Wow, that sounds great. So when it's all said and done, what do you want the people of Lexington or those who visit to say about Lexington?
Well, you know, we have talked about that over and over again. And so we want people to say this year, 2025, was interesting, inclusive, and memorable. So if people can walk away with that, then we feel like, you know what, we've been pretty successful. Because there are a lot of events. They will not be for everyone, but there is something for everyone.
Thank you so much, Eunice. I really appreciate you filling us in on what's happening for our
Thanks for just giving me this opportunity. It's lots of fun. So tell all your family and friends to follow that event calendar because we'll have a lot going on.
So we're at 250lex.com.
250lex.com is the event calendar, and it gets loaded in every month, so people will see everything that's going on and participate.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you. You know, I never got to tell you how proud I was of you for being selected the 2024 Small Woman Business of the Year.
It was an amazing honor. I mean, of the whole state.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine.
Right. Oh, and it does my heart proud since I've known you since you were really little. Tell me, what does an honor like that mean to you as a business owner?
Well, you know, I mean, it means the world. But more than anything, it's like you. It's people like you guys and all the women that came before me that put me in that position. I really underestimated how important it was. I underestimated how important it was to have a community of women in the business community and just being an entrepreneur on its own. I mean, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and you could try to go it alone, but it's no fun and it doesn't work that much.
Right.
And what I found quick and fast were the people that were most supportive of me were other women. So it was really an honor.
And that's a reason I wanted you to join us on this tour, because I knew Erin was going to focus on women's history in Lexington, and you are certainly a part of that history.
There was so much opportunity here. There's so much opportunity for growth. There's so much opportunity for business and for women in particular, and for people of color. So we've made a lot of strides, but we still have a long way to go.
Absolutely.
So that's also inspiring. I just look at all the opportunity that is still there.
Right.
I mean, we still have doors to knock down. We have ceilings to bust. But the great thing about Lexington is because it's growing, because it's changing, it might not have always been all the things we wanted it to be, but every day it's listening and changing and growing and evolving into the people that we are, into all the diverse people that we are, and especially, as women, we're making it happen.
You are certainly doing that, hands down. I have to give it to you. And I do appreciate you taking a few minutes out of our tour to talk a little bit. But now it's time for us to go and get some more food.
Say less.
Well, I tell you what, we have had a time. I'm really kind of full, but we're getting ready to have our dessert. And then the next time I come and talk with you, we're going to see some more of what Lexington has to offer, especially when it comes to various events. So until next time.
Hi, I'm Mandy Merritt, your host for The American Dream here in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi. So today we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite dining spots, Maison de Lou. And I'm going to tell you why I picked this as my town. All right, let's go take a look. So we've got two main streets here in our downtown area. We've got Government and Washington that run perpendicular to one another. And it's really cool because we have art galleries, we have boutiques for shopping, we have lots of cute little dining spots and cocktail bars. Whatever vibe you're looking for, we got it. So we're here at Maison de Lou, and this is the owner, Ryan Jurich. And he's going to tell us a little bit about the restaurant. So Ryan, what can you tell us about it?
So we're in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. We've been in business since 2008. Maison de Lou was started by Luann Ellis. She's from New Jersey. She's been down here for a long time. She opened Maison de Lou wanting to give something different, and she definitely did that. The early years were a little bit slower, and it really grew into something amazing. A lot of the things the customers say about us today as far as being a staple in Ocean Springs really makes us feel good. So when COVID hit, things changed a good bit, and Lou had, known that she was getting close to retirement. And we had already discussed the fact that, eventually I would take over. And I bought the restaurant in February 1st, 2021, and it has been nonstop. She set me up for success. I've got a great team. We've got a really great restaurant with a lot of great things to offer. So we've got our lunch thing, which is super casual. We've got our dinner thing, which there's multiple different things for that, because we've got our indoor dining, which is very energetic. We've got our bar, which really brings people together. I've watched countless people become friends, establish relationships. And then we've got our outdoor dining, which it can be very elegant. It's a good spot for parties, weddings, you name it. And people have done it out there.
That's amazing. Well, can you take us out to your outdoor area and show us the vibe outside?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, so this is our courtyard at Maison de Lou. We've got a lot of notoriety for this over the years. Without it, I don't know that we would quite be who we are today. A really good event space for office parties, holiday parties, weddings, rehearsal dinners, you name it. As long as the weather's good, then it's a great place to be. The ambiance out here is really unmatched. When it gets cool outside and the heaters are keeping it warm, it's a great place for dinner.
All right, Ron, well, thank you so much for being with us today and for telling us all about your awesome restaurant.
Absolutely, thank you, our pleasure.
Welcome to Front Beach, one of my absolute favorite places to unwind. So if you want to go for a walk for exercise, you go to the bridge, you got an incline. Or you can just take a walk down the sidewalk here, right along the beach, and catch some absolutely gorgeous sunsets. So if you ever want a really cool vibe, come down here and rent one of the fire pits from the city of Ocean Springs. Easy process, you just get a permit with the city, and you can come out here with your family and you can roast s'mores and catch a really beautiful sunset. So one of my absolute favorite things about Front Beach, obviously, is the real estate. So if you're looking for luxury real estate in the area, there is an actual development going in called the Sands. The price points start in the high 800s and it goes to 1.6. Absolutely gorgeous properties with these views. And if you're ever in the area, stop by. Here's my office. It's 922 Porter Avenue, bottom floor, Century 21 Bush Realty Group. So thank you guys so much for joining us today on The American Dream, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Take care.
Hi, I'm Penny Shank for American Dream TV. Welcome to today's segment where we'll be discussing home staging with our professional design stager, Nancy Vanderswan. Come on, let's go. Hi, so I'm here on the couch today with Nancy Vanderswan. Why is it so important to stage a home to prepare for the sale?
The answer I always tell sellers is when people go out and look for a house, nobody looks for a house. Every single person is looking for a home. And so the important role that staging plays, the overarching one, is to create an environment in which people have an immediate emotional connection. So they walk into a house and they say, not just, my furniture will fit, or, yeah, there are enough windows in here, or, we have enough bedrooms for the kids, but this is where I want to wake up, this is where I want to raise my family. Those emotional connections are what get people to make an offer.
Yeah, so how do you decide what type of furniture and what type of style to use to improve the spaces?
Well, I buy furniture for my business that's fairly neutral, but we try to skew things toward more modern because everyone wants to see the house and not the stuff in the house. So we don't want to draw too much attention to the furniture or the art because we want them to look around and just see the space.
A lot of my clients are curious about how much is this going to cost me? What would be my return on this investment? How do you handle those kinds of questions?
Well, generally, when you're getting your house ready for sale, you should plan to spend between 1 to 1.5% of what will be the purchase price of your house to get it ready. So that 1 and 1.5% also includes, do you need to have a landscaper come? Trim all those huge bushes away from windows. Do you need to paint some rooms? Maybe you need to change out some old carpeting. Staging is part of that 1 to 1.5%.
So Nancy, let's go take a look at what you have here. I'm anxious to see your choices.
You want to do a little shopping?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Starting around here we have end tables, coffee tables. Down below we have console tables and desks. You can see that these have been chosen. This is Lafayette Hill ×2. They're probably going to be nightstands that Liz has chosen. And then down here on the far end, we have larger furniture pieces like bookcases. Those 2 boxes down there are platform beds that we're going to be putting together. So like I said, we're going to start with the largest pieces in a room, and that's based on the amount of space we have and how much light is in a room. So now we'll go down to the other space. So we've chosen the big pieces. We've chosen the sofa and the chairs. We've chosen, you know, how many nightstands need to go in a bedroom. So once we've done all of that and tagged it with the colors and the name of the property, we're going to come down here to this area, and this is where we put the finishing touches on this stage. So we'll choose for the big pieces of art first. So now we've got the furniture you sit on, the tables, the beds. We've picked out the wall art and the bedding. So we have the colors selected. And then we'll go through and
get the smaller pieces.
We get the smallest things. These are the things that add the warmth and the life and the personality to a room.
So Nancy, let's go have a look at one of your recent jobs.
Oh, I can't wait. Come on.
So we're here at one of Nancy's recent projects. Let's take a look inside and see what she's done.
Come on in. So this is a typical living room for us. This is has just enough to show people how to use the space without so much that people don't know where to look when they're looking at those little pictures on their cell phones or their computers.
Right, you shared with me a thought, nothing should be smaller than a bowling ball?
Yes, I have my bowling ball theory, and that is anything that's smaller than a bowling ball is just going to show up as noise in your real estate photo. Most people start their search for a house by looking at photos on Realtor.com or Zillow or Trulia on their cell phones. So the pictures are already so small that you want to make sure there's nothing in a picture in a room that's not essential to the function of the room.
Nancy, thank you so much for sharing all these tips and tricks that are so important to helping sellers get the most money out of the sale of their home.
Oh, it was a pleasure. If there's one thing I love talking about other than my child, it's home staging.
Wow, a huge thanks to Nancy for coming out today to explain to us the magic behind staging a home. I'm Penny Shank, American Dream TV. See you next time.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Lynn Butterfield. Today we're in Springdale, Arkansas, and oops, I forgot. Nah, I'm just kidding you. We're here at the Arkansas-Missouri Railroad, and we're gonna ride the train for the Oops, I Forgot Valentine's Day train ride, the day after Valentine's. We're gonna see beautiful scenery as the train goes from Springdale to Winslow, Arkansas. This is idyllic America. Join me. Thanks for hosting us, Brenda.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming and riding with us today. It sounds like they're getting ready to start boarding.
We're really looking forward to today. This is the
Oops, I Forgot.
I love that. Oops, I Forgot Valentine's Day, which would speak to a lot of us.
Yes.
And tell us how this started.
Well, we've been doing the Love Train, always on Valentine's or the weekend before. So we were selling out of the train cars. So we decided to do an Oops, I Forgot. And that one has sold out today.
And we're not missing anything on the day after Valentine's Day because you're serving dinner.
Getting dinner, roses for the ladies, trivia, door prizes.
Live music.
Live music, yes.
This is exciting. Would you mind walking the train with me and we can take a look at some of the exciting things happening?
That would be great. Let's go. This is a 1950s California Zephyr. It's called our Silver Feather. It's got an upstairs and a downstairs seating. John Wayne and Merrill Hemingway used to ride in this car back in the day.
Can we go upstairs?
Yes, sir.
I kind of don't know if John Wayne could really fit in this.
I think he stayed downstairs in the lounge area most of the time, and all the guests rode up here.
Well, the view from here is tremendous, and as we're going down the tracks through Fayetteville and Johnson and on our way to Winslow, we'll see some beautiful scenery here.
Yes, you get the same view as what the locomotive engineer gets to see from the cab.
And tell us, about how long this ride is.
So today we're going Springdale to Winslow. It's about 3 hours.
Wow.
You'll get the tunnel, the trestles, the scenic part of the tour. On the regular run, it's about 8 hours.
Tell us about the entertainment that's going to be on the
So
train
the
today.
entertainment, the little girl's name is Elizabeth, and she plays Irish dance mainly, but she plays the guitar, she sings, she wants to be Taylor Swift when she grows up.
That's fun. I think you were telling me about an upcoming activity in March.
We're doing the Mardi Gras Express. We're going down to the Fayetteville Parade. We're doing Christmas in July this year.
Fun.
Our museum has a train show coming up the end of February. This year it's going to be at the Benton County Fairgrounds.
Fun.
And then we'll be moving to the Holiday Inn in Springdale.
Well, that's a much larger venue.
Yes, we're growing. We were sold out this year.
That's exciting. Would you mind showing us the lounge?
Yeah, let's go see the lounge. This is the lounge area of the Silver Feather.
I think you told me that you thought this is where John Wayne would have hung out most of the time.
Yeah, this is more of a lounge area for him and his friends to hang out and stuff.
And when he was doing that, this car was in California.
It was in California, yes.
And where would he go on this car?
He would go from coast to coast. I mean, he probably was pulled by Amtrak and just went all over the country.
So they just decouple and put it with a different train and take him wherever.
Yes.
And they still serve food and drinks. And
Yes. The other car that we were in, the Spirit of Arkansas, that has a kitchen area, and I'm sure John Wayne brought his own chef along.
Can't imagine that. That's quite a life. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. Fresh bread, really nice looking lasagna, beautiful cheesecake with drizzles of chocolate and caramel. This is really a fun thing to do. I hope you all will come to the Arkansas-Missouri Railroad. Thanks for joining Caleb and me, the conductor, here at the Arkansas-Missouri Railroad and the Oops, I Forgot Valentine's Day train ride. Join me next time when I show you more about what makes idyllic America and Northwest Arkansas the best place to live.
If you love fishing and you love supporting our veterans, you're gonna love ice fishing with me today on the episode of American Dream. I'm your realtor host, MJ Mata. Let's meet our friends of Drill Team 6. Hi, MJ.
I'm Sonia.
Nice to meet you, Sonia.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Dan, so nice to meet you. So where are we gonna be fishing today?
Today we are on Finger Lake in the Mat-Su Valley, Matanuska-Susitna Valley, Alaska. Kind of centrally located between the Wasilla and Palmer, Alaska. One of our larger bodies of water here. It's a very popular fishing lake. It's got great access in the winter because you can drive right out here once you have safe ice. Heavily stocked by Alaska Department of Fish and Game. It is a great lake to bring kids to because you're always going to catch something on Finger Lake. There's fish in this lake from landlocked salmon all the way up to rainbow trout and Arctic char. So you never know what's going to be at the end of your line out here, but the good news is there's always going to be something.
Very exciting. Well, let's go find out and get something on the line.
Sounds great. Come on in.
Okay guys, so most people fish for fun, just on the weekend, as a hobby, and you guys get to do this professionally, which is wicked cool. So how did you guys come about to be fishing guides, owning this company here in the great state of Alaska?
It was really in our culture growing up, being from the Midwest. Fishing, whether it be in the summer or ice fishing or just being in the great outdoors was just how it was. So it's just something that's always been instilled in us, really. Even during our military service, we always found places to go fish, even in areas like Las Vegas. We traveled north great distances to find fish. And then moving here, there's just so much fishing opportunity here. We found that our love of fishing, we simply turned it into a business that we could enjoy. We get up every day, we love what we do, and to us this isn't work. The thrill of catching a big fish is why we're here. The thrill of catching any fish is why we're here. And even more than that, it's the experience. So
very cool.
Just showing people a good time, giving them a good experience, catching some fish, making memories with their family. That's what it's all about. So that's what keeps us going.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. Let's get another famous Sonia fish on. So Drill Team 6, like what does that stand for? How did you guys come up with the name?
Sonia and I are both, we're both career military Air Force. We served 43 years between the two of us. It was one of the most honorable things that I think a person can do with their life. So we were involved in Air Force Special Operations for a majority of our careers. So we kind of gave it a military name. At the time, we were fishing in an ice fishing tournament, drilling holes. Sonia and I work very good together, very precise, and somebody's like, man, you guys are like the SEAL Team 6 of ice fishing. So because we were drilling holes and things like that in our special operations background, it became Drill Team 6, and the name stuck, so we gave it kind of a military theme, and we do a lot of interactions with the military community.
That's awesome.
A veteran really can understand another veteran, so it's really actually just worked out really well. It's been a great dynamic.
This was so much fun today, guys. That is the biggest fish I've ever gotten ice fishing. So let's tell our viewers how they can reach out to you. What kind of trips do you have? What time of year? Where can they find the Drill Team 6?
We operate in the Mat-Su Valley. We are a year-round outfit. We offer several different varieties of ice fishing as well as open water opportunities in the summer to include salmon charters. We offer everything from mild to wild, from the most experienced angler down to a 3-year-old holding a fishing pole catching a fish.
Yes.
We have opportunities for all that stuff.
Awesome.
Yep.
So friends, thank you so much for joining us today on Alaska Lifestyle. I'm your host, MJ Mata. Be sure to look up my friends Dan and Sonia, the Drill Team 6. Come out and fish with them from mild to wild. It's your turn to fish on. We'll see you next time.
Welcome to ADTV. I'm your host, Megan Bingman. and today we're in an area of Portland called the West End. The West End is known for its unique buildings, some of which date back to 1799. In among these historic buildings and the fantastic restaurants is a gem called the Portland Conservatory of Music. Let's head inside and talk to my friend Melissa and Michael and find out exactly what's offered here. All right, so we are here at the Portland Conservatory of Music with Michael and Melissa, and so they run this joint. They have all the answers to our questions. So tell me a little bit about the people who take lessons here. What's the general population of people?
Yeah, we've got about 250 folks who take lessons, one-on-one lessons, and then another 100 or so participating in various classes or ensembles like the jazz ensembles that you saw. And of those 250, about a third are actually adults. We love all of the youth that we have, and of course that's going to be the majority of the folks that we teach in a community music school, as one would expect. It's particularly rewarding to see folks coming either back to the instrument after having collected dust for a number of years in a closet or in an attic, or folks coming to it for the first time in adulthood. It's a really neat thing to see.
Now, aside from classes, you guys also do quite a few concerts, right? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, we have a couple different concert series. Some of them are ticketed, so we bring in artists from across the country. We recently had pianist Jeremy Denkin. We also bring in a whole bunch of jazz concerts, local groups, national groups, they all come in. But we also have another series called the Noonday Concert Series, which is free to the community. So we try to get artists of so many different calibers, and we try to reach so many different audience members with all of our concerts.
So tell me about your roster. How many musicians are offering classes, and how is this whole thing funded?
Yeah, we've got about 30 to 35 folks teaching all of the instruments, just about that you can think of, all the band and orchestra instruments, certainly a lot of piano teachers. I think we've got an accordion on our roster and various guitar and other string, a lute. We have a lute teacher, which is fantastic. You can look that up later, but lots of different folks.
Yeah, so we're funded as a nonprofit. We're funded both through program fees, so ticket fees and tuition. But also to supplement that, individual donations. A lot of corporations in the area and small businesses do sponsor our programs.
So when I first walked in, I thought, this has a church vibe. What's the history of the building?
Yeah, the building I think has been here since the 1940s. Don't quote me on that. But it's been a church of multiple iterations. We purchased the building in, I think it was 2021. It was most recently before us, Second Parish Presbyterian Church, and we've done a lot of work to it to turn it into what we need it to be for music school, most notably in this room right here. But it already had a lot of smaller rooms that work really well for our teaching studios and things like that.
And you do feel that sense of almost holiness as you walk in, right? And to me, that is what music is, right? It's a form of worship and a form of something that brings everybody together. So to me, it's very fitting. And you've done a beautiful job.
Well, thanks.
You. So we just left the Portland Conservatory of Music, and we're continuing on our journey through the West End. The West End, in between all these beautiful brick buildings, has fantastic restaurants and breweries, but really the key here is these vintage brick buildings. So I want to show you this one. This one, at the time of filming, is available for sale. It is at 48 Western Promenade. It's also known as the Proposal House. This is the cutest story. So Reven and Lisa moved in, they lived here together, and then he decided that he wanted to propose. There's a trolley that goes right by the house. And so he knew Lisa was going to be on the trolley. So he put a sign out that asked her if she would marry him. And she saw the sign as the trolley went by. So to this day, every time the trolley goes by the house, it rings its bell in celebration of their engagement. The house itself is impeccable. Literally the most beautiful home I've ever shown in Portland. So come on, I can't wait for you to see it. Look at this gorgeous original woodwork. This house is amazing. From the 13 original stained glass windows to the 3 original fireplaces. Really, it's Reven and Lisa's personal style that make this home so appealing. So this bell is a fun part of the story that I didn't know. Remember how we talked about how the trolley rings its bell to celebrate their engagement? Well, Reven told me when the trolley rings its bell, they ring this bell right back. It's loud. How fun is that? So right now they have this room very open with beautiful water views, and there are several decks that also share these beautiful views. But they also use this room as a setting for their holidays. So they have a very large family, and they said they can fit up to 24 people in this room for the holidays. I can't think of a better place to celebrate. And now we get a peek into the chef's kitchen. This kitchen is 400 square feet of high-end wonderfulness. From the soapstone countertops to the high-end appliances. We have a Wolf range and a Viking stainless steel refrigerator, as well as a double oven, which is great for those holidays we talked about earlier. And once you're done making your snacks with your cozy toes on your radiant heated floors, you can head right into your media room here, where we find the third of the original fireplaces. Portland has so many great neighborhoods, but the West End is just something so special. From the old historic buildings to the convenience of everything being right downtown at your fingertips. I hope you'll come and check it out when you come to visit us. For now, this is Megan at ADTV.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the American Dream TV. We created this show to combat negative media, to show that the American Dream is alive and well by showing you real stories in real neighborhoods. Thank you so much for watching the show, and cheers to your American Dream.